To add a product on WooCommerce, after installing WooCommerce, we now have this product right here on the left. So let's hover over that and go to Add Product. And the product that we'll be selling on this website is simply access to this course. And so the actual videos for the course and stuff won't be accessed on this actual website. So what we're going to do is when they purchase the course through this website, we're going to allow them to download a simple text file with their access code. So yeah, just keep that in mind as we're creating this product, that it's not a tangible thing, nothing will be shipped or anything like that. Simply when they make their purchase, they'll be able to download a file, and that file will contain their access code to access the actual course itself on a separate website. So when creating a product, it's very similar to creating a new blog post. We have, the title, and then right here is where we put the text or the description. So let's put in our title, and then let me go grab the long description of the product, paste that in there. We have product categories and product tags. Just like with a blog post, we can add those. And we also have a featured image for the product. So let's click on featured image, go to upload files, grab our featured image, click set featured image, and then we can add additional photos. So not just the featured image, but we can add additional photos of the product. And for these photos, I'm just going to add some screenshots of websites that we build in the course. And just one more to add. And add to gallery. And then if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we have a product short description. And so just a very brief description. So now that we have those in, let's go ahead and preview the site. Click on preview. And here you can see we have our title. We have the short description. Here's our featured image, which if we click on, it turns into a light box. And we can scroll through those to see the other images we've uploaded. And then down here we have the long product description. When adding a new product, under the long description, we also have this product data. And so there's a couple different types of products, right? So there's just simple regular product, there's grouped product, which is something like a music album where they can have the option of buying the digital copy or the physical copy of the CD, or maybe they can buy both. So that's a grouped product. An external or affiliate product is usually a product that you're not actually selling, so you're just referring people to buy the product on a different website, usually for a cut if you refer people to actually purchase the product from another site. And then variable products, so a product with variables. So like if you were going to buy a t-shirt, what size t-shirt, medium, large, what color, black, white. And based on those variables, it could cost more or less. So maybe the extra large t-shirt costs a little bit more than the small t-shirt because it uses more fabric. So if you have a variable product, then you would select variable product. Then over here we have different things to check, like virtual. So is the product a virtual product or is it a physical product? And for ours, it's virtual, right? They're just downloading a file, nothing physical, nothing shipped. And so you'll see shipping over here. When I check this, shipping disappears because it's a virtual product. It's nothing physical being shipped. So if you do have a physical product, then you can edit things like weight and dimensions in here. But we're just going to check virtual and then downloadable. So again, this applies to us because they're downloading a file with their access code. I'm going to check that, and you'll see these other fields appear. So SKU, this is a unique identifier for different types of products that you may sell on your site. We just sell one product right now, so we'll just leave that blank. Then we can put a regular price and a sale price. And we can schedule the sale, when it's going to start, when it's going to end. And so right here, this is where we add a downloadable file. And so we can just click add file, choose file, and then we would just upload a file just like we would an image. So I'm going to grab my text file, insert file URL, give it a name. Whoops. Okay, and then we can put limits on how many times they can download the file, or if it expires, different download types for music, application software. We'll just leave it as standard product and leave these two as is. Then let's go into inventory. Now, because ours is a digital product and we don't have to manage stock or anything like that, there's no limit on how many can be downloaded on a certain day or anything like that. I'm not going to have to touch this, but yeah, if you do have to deal with stock, then make sure you look at these. Linked products, so upsells, so you could recommend a more profitable product, or cross sales, you could recommend a product that goes along with it. So if someone is going to buy pepper, maybe you'll recommend, hey, maybe you also want to buy salt. Grouping, so this is for if you are going to do a grouped product, then you can here add it to a certain group of products. And then attributes, so attributes has to do with the variable product, things like, you know, small, medium, large sizes and stuff. So you can add different attributes, and yeah, that makes it easy for people to sort them, and you know, based on the different attributes, you can set different prices, like I said. So you can make extra large shirt cost more than a small shirt. So that's what attributes deals with, the kind of small, medium, large, or color, stuff like that, different attributes of the actual product. Then here in advanced, we can add a purchase note, which I'm going to add. So this purchase note, after they purchase our product, they're going to receive an email, and in the email I'm putting this little purchase note to tell them pretty much how to download the file. So they'll receive an email with their file, and then this purchase note just says, hey, click the redemption code.txt link above, and then it'll allow them to download the file. And then menu order, enable reviews. I don't want reviews, so I'll leave that unchecked, and I'll just leave the rest as is. So now let's come back up and hit preview. Close that and hit preview. And you can see we have the regular price, we have the sale price, and it indicates that it's on sale right now. And now that we're basically done with this product, it allows us to add it to cart, and we can change the number of products that we want to add to cart and such. So now let's just come back and we'll hit publish. Now that the page for this product is complete, I want to add a link to this page on the front page buttons. If you remember, I wanted these buttons to link to a place where they could get the product, but we hadn't created that page yet. So now that this is complete, we can now put those links into these buttons. But before we do that, I just want to make sure the permalink structure is how I want it. So I'm going to go back to dashboard, scroll down to settings, hover over that, and click on permalinks. And so I want to change the post structure to just say post name, and then if I scroll down, product permalink base to product, and then I'll hit save changes. Then I'll go back to the product. If I just hit view, then up here I can copy the URL, and then in here I can go to customize, and under big title section for the get started button, I'll put in the link to the course, and then in the two ribbon sections I'll put the link to the product page as well. And after doing that, I'll just go ahead and hit save and publish.